Well, the weather outside is lordy. Oh, lordy, lordy. Oh, lordy, lordy. What's going on? How's everybody doing? So, eventful Saturday morning. Yeah. You know what I need? I need a coffee. I don't have coffee in here. Alright, I'm gonna go get a coffee. You guys want a coffee? We're good. Alright, we'll go get a coffee. Talk about it. Oh, Lordy. Snow. Snow. Junk. Oh. Puppies. I need the ice cream. I don't have a cup. Forget, right? No cup. Left hand in it. Yeah. Alright. So, eventful Saturday morning. We we headed out to the estate sale, random estate sale on the yard sale treasure map. And I mean, I can disclose some photos here. And I showed up and there was a list, you know, and obviously, you know, I don't name myself the list Nazi for nothing, but want to make sure we're still running. I don't call myself the list Nazi for nothing, and I had to play Nazi this morning. No, I am not a Nazi, but when it comes to the list, I try to be as cordial and professional as I can for everybody, and everyone got upset. So there was a list there, and there was 6 names on the list. I put my name on the list with the 6 names, and so I'm number 7. And you know, number 1 wasn't that important to me to like take down the list or anything. It's the thing that bothers everybody is that people will put the list up the day before, and then they'll go home, they'll go to work, you know, they'll go get, you know, food and all kinds of, they'll do whatever they'll just go on with their day. And anyone else that's there, or anyone that gets there at like 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning, they're subjected to this list. So it's not, you know, it's not right. It's not right because the other parties got to go home and eat and stuff like that. All right. I've manipulated the list before, so I'm not gonna qualm about it. I'm just gonna tell you guys about it. And kind of, it's not even bitching and moaning. It's just, it was dramaful, so I left. It was too much drama for me to hang out and subject myself to, basically. The basic regulars. They're so aggressive. If we could carry guns around here, like I probably would already be shot trying to do this, like what I do. And it's not that I feel like I'm entitled or anything like that. It's just, that's kind of how everyone operates the list. So, I mean, all right, so here's the logistics. You'd be like, what are you talking about? So here's the logistics. I got there at like 5:30. All right. I got there at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and there's nobody there. So I waited till about 7:15, and that was the time the first person showed up. And that was number one. The first person that showed up was number one that was on the first list. And I took down that list because he went home and had a turkey dinner. I didn't feel it was right. He shouldn't have number one. He's like fully energized. He's, you know, whatever, you know. I mean, if it was a big sale, there's 6 people on the list. It was not a big sale. If it was a big sale, this guy would not be, we wouldn't be having this dramaful conversation right now. This guy's list would be long gone, and everyone would have told him to piss off already, you know? And the regulars that were there did not back me up. Only one guy backed me up, which was actually a guy that I see at the flea market a lot. He sets up at Grafton. Sets up way in the front. Nice guy. He's got good deals and stuff. Very nice, normal guy. But a lot of these other people are just so aggressive. Want to put the smackdown on them bad. I want to put the smackdown on a lot of these aggressive buyers, and telling me off like I'm doing something wrong, when if the tides were turned, they would have did the same thing. So they're just being hypocritical, you know. Would I have bitched and moaned that somebody took down my list that I made a night before, and I went home and had a turkey dinner and then got a full night's rest and then woke up at 6:30 and drove to an estate sale to get number one? I would not expect my name to be on the list. That's just me. I wouldn't expect it to happen, because it's just a dick move. So that happened. I grabbed my ball and went home. Yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette. Don't do that. It's bad for you. Heard you guys talking about all us non-reformed smokers. Yeah, it's a bad habit. Don't be jealous. But no, you stink. That's you huge. You know, it's a bad, very bad habit. It's like the worst. It's the worst habit that you could actually have, is smoking cigarettes. But tricky corner. But anyway, I pushed on. I just went home. I was like, frig it. And then I'm like having a hard week with returns, items not described, neutral negative feedback. It's like, oh my god, it's like a wave of like, it's like a tidal wave. It's not even like a wave, like a gentle wave. It's not like a gentle Cape wave. This is like Jones Beach. Like, it's downpouring, heavy rain, Jones Beach. I don't know. So, I got this item right here. All right. It's basically a drill bit sharpener. I sent it out. I packed it fine, and I'm going to tell you about all these. So, if you don't want to hear about returns and how they go, then that's what we're going to talk about now. So I sent it out, fully protected, good to go, tested working, turned it on, turned it off, and included a couple extra parts. So the buyer bought it, and he used it 3 times, he said. In his second email, he wanted to say that he used it once, but he used it 3 times, he told me. And on the 3rd time he used it, he broke it. Well, it has a rotating mechanism. It's a bit sharp. It has a rotating mechanism, and the bushing broke. Okay, so he put in an item Yeah, he put in an item not received, and I contacted him. I said, hey, you need to switch that if you want anything out of me. You can't file it that way, because I'm not agreeing that I didn't deliver the item, because I delivered it and you used it and then you broke it. So how am I supposed to agree to that? So he says, well, just give me the company's name and how to buy a bushing for this. It's from 1988. They don't make a bushing. You know, you gotta go to like True Value for this thing, you know? And he's like, because the bushing is far too expensive to make out of metal. So if he was making it on his lathe machine, it'd be too much to make. Understandable. But I asked him to file it differently. He didn't retract his way of filing it, and I just let it pass and let it close in my favor. I didn't even bother contacting him after either. He just sent me a message saying that it was totally malarkey, and that eBay is not a flea market. It's a you know, things are supposed to be tested. And I said, yeah. Well, to myself, I say, yeah, I did test it, but you're not supposed to jam the friggin' bit in there. You're supposed to gracefully grind it down. You're not supposed to jam it in there. And if you do jam it in there and it gets stuck, you're gonna break the bushing. So it sounds like user error to me. I don't have control of that. And even if he sent it back to me, it would be broken. So it's, you know, like, come on now, buddy. I ain't friggin' Home Depot. If you wanted Home Depot, you should have went to Home Depot and buy one at Home Depot. I don't know. You wanted the cheap way out. So I'm a cheap grinder, you're gonna get cheap results. You know, I mean, what do you want me to do? Run it through a friggin' one hour test run? Yeah, shop into 1,000 bits with it. I don't know what you want me to do. You know, I sell a TV. Am I supposed to watch the TV for like 100 hours? Yeah, tested, working, watched it, 100 hours, full test. No, you don't do that. You turn it on, you go through some couple functions and capabilities of the thing, and I mean, yeah, if it's functioning properly, then it's probably working. I don't know. So we moved on from that. So this is the second one. It's a Bose Wave radio. These aren't in any particular order of how the returns went, but it's a Bose Wave radio. It's not. This isn't even a return. It's a neutral feedback left, but this is his neutral feedback. His neutral feedback just doesn't jive with my item description, because I described it exactly of his neutral feedback. So I'm describing an item that's completely used. It's a radio, it's used. It has no antenna, so the reception's poor. And it has scuffs and dings, and I take good photos of all the scuffs and dings. I take a 360 photo view of the whole item, and then I snap the last picture of the dings of the item, dings on the item. He leaves me this neutral feedback, which is exactly what I described. So how are you able to leave me neutral feedback? That I should have got good feedback. It should have been, yes, item is described, because that's exactly what it was. I mean, I don't get it. And I'm like pulling teeth with eBay trying to get this neutral feedback removed. It shouldn't be there. And they almost want to be like, oh, well, that's, you know, performance quality or something, you know, like, oh, you got to have a little neutral, you know, neutral's not bad. When you're writing that it's not described and you not file a non-described case, first off, you didn't file a case saying anything that it wasn't undescribed correctly. If you're going to tell me in my feedback that it's not described, just why wouldn't you open up a claim? Why wouldn't you return the item? So my theory behind it is he has over 5,000 purchases logged on personal feedback, and I won't touch base on that just a second, but he does have 5,000 feedback, so I'm assuming he's a reseller, online reseller. Just from his title of his name, I would assume he's a some kind of like radio store, kinda, and it wasn't up to his quality. Look at the photos, man. The photos say 1,000 words on the condition of an item. I don't get it. I mean, I told eBay, I was like, listen, if this is going to be the case and how stuff's going to keep going like this, I will not list anything that plugs into a wall anymore. I won't. I'll just convert into like a paper store, you know, or hard tools only, unbreakable. You know, you can't break a tool when you ship it. I mean, I guess you can, but they're very hard to break. So, you know, if it's made of steel, it's just really hard to break it. And I let them know that. Don't make me convert the store and they're not selling any electronics. I mean, I will, but don't tempt me. Because I will. I'll find another avenue. It's not a big deal. And I don't want to be like, I don't even need to be doing this. But in all honesty, I do this for fun. I don't do this for stress. So, well, once added stress starts getting involved, I almost want to wash my hands away with it, you know? I don't know. So, that one's a little rude. And then I got this other guy. I sell him this blanket. So here's the blanket. It's a EMF. It's an EMF blanket for electromagnetic frequencies. So it's supposed to, if you're within this blanket, it's supposed to reduce your EMF in radio waves within that blanket. It has some kind of magnets inside it or something, you know? And I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have a special way of packing it because it had like a case. So I don't know if when they scanned it, you know, the magnets became unparalleled in making the item not work. So I'm just trying to like brainstorm how to fix the item with the guy, and he basically just opened up a return case. But there's a lot of things that led up to that. And I might have to pause the video and touch back on it, but there's a bunch of stuff that led up to it. Basically, I felt like he was scamming me at this point, because he kept demanding a refund, where I can't just like refund you. You know, I don't understand what some of these people thinking that they can just click the refund button and then their money is just going to dive right back into their account. It doesn't work like that. And I really think that he doesn't know his own return policy. And I kept trying to educate him on it, and he didn't want to hear it. And then I kept telling him that, you know, this is right over the curb. Right over the curb. That was kind of scary. I kept telling him, oh wow, huge long line at the bank, really? I kept telling him that, I kept trying to educate him basically, and I wasn't trying to be a dick. I kept asking him for a better photo of, I wanted to see a photo of the blanket next to a plug with the controller. I know it sounds like a whole lot of work, but it's really not. You can get this done. You need to plug it into a wall, put it on your bed. You got the controller, and I want to see the connection. of inside the blanket, there's a connection. You plug it in, and then you have to screw 2 knobs like in the back of an old school computer. That's the way the plug's set up. And I'm unsure if I like unplugged it and didn't like plug it in when I shipped it. So I'm just trying to go through with this guy and be like, you know, I want to make sure it's plugged in. Can you take the photo of the plug where the flap is? No. No. Like, you're trying to return the item to me. I want to know its condition before you return it to me. You know, send me a picture of the flap so I can brainstorm to help you plug it in. No. All right. You know, refund me now. Sir, I can't just refund you. Need to confirm the non-working order first. Refund me now. Keeps going back and forth. So the problems that came leading up to this is this particular buyer tried haggling me on it. He came in to my site, saw the item, went into my message board, messaged me if I would sell it to him cheaper. He said that he could buy them new for X amount of dollars, and that there's no reason why I should be charging this amount. And I'm the only one on eBay at this price. It's the lowest price. There's like 2 or 3 other people, and they're both at like $500, and I'm at $300. So he's telling me that I'm ripping people off when I'm the lowest guy. And he's saying that he can buy it new, but they don't make it anymore. So I'm just smelling fugazi out of this guy. And so I say, no, I'm not selling it to you for the price that you're asking it for, basically. And then 3 weeks went by. That item came up into my send out offers, and I sent out an offer. 1 second. All right. So I sent out an offer, and it was I have it for $300. I sent it out for $210, so it was $90 off. I had 5 watchers on it, so I'm not thinking. Sorry, I got all this smoke going on, you guys. So I'm not thinking that smoke going on, you guys. So I wasn't thinking that he was actually going to be my buyer. I was just actually hoping someone else was going to be my buyer. And sure as nothing, he bought it. You know, the one guy that I didn't want to buy it. I should have put him on my block list. I didn't think of it. And yeah, when someone comes in haggling you like that, I mean, it's best to just put them on the block list. If you end up sending out an offer and it's cheaper and they buy it, they're just going to create problems for you. They're just not the buyer for you. Nor is he working with me, you know? I mean, if this was a female and they had a problem with it, they would have been a little more cordial on like me asking for another photo to confirm it not working and them not tell me no. So so this is what I thought of that would be beneficial for me. It's like, all right, the shipping is running so far behind right now that he might not get it out in time sent to me. So I said, frig it. I'm gonna take the refund. I'll give him his money back once thank you. I'll give him his money back once I get the item back and I confirm that it doesn't work and that he didn't, like, you know, do something nasty to it. And then I'll contact eBay, you know, and give him the prognosis of what happened. Hold on. Mortgage paid. All right. Yeah, so this guy is total fugazi. Nothing but a problem. And then, I mean, the funny thing too is I have disclosed in my ad, because I didn't even really notice it, but I had disclosed in the ad that if you weren't happy with it, I would take the item back, but you just had to pay the shipping. So if you just weren't happy with it, then you can send it back. But this guy's adamant that it doesn't work. I mean, I tested this friggin' thing. It's a blanket. I tested it. I put it in a bag. I brought it downstairs. I put it in the basement. I stuck it in a corner for 6 months. And then I sold it. And then I put it in a box. I folded it, which maybe the fold could have broke it. I don't really know. I gotta find out, but I don't think a fold is gonna break it. It is folded 3 times already, so I didn't understand how another fold is gonna break it. So I folded it and I put it in a box. And then I shipped it. Maybe I broke it. I don't think I did. Toy drive. There's a toy drive going on. And yeah, I don't know. It's just malarkey. So, yeah, we pushed on through the day with the tidal wave and the estate sale drama. And then I went home. So Steve, I was talking to Steve on the ride home, you know, because he went to one sale. He went south and I went north. And I'm just like, what the hell, you know? Like, I haven't been to a sale in weeks. I haven't stomped anyone's grounds in weeks. You know, I want my face to be relevant. I want my tactics to be relevant. And if I don't show up, then that becomes not relevant. And obviously everyone's abusing the list since I've been in retirement. And that's a floating joke me and Steve got going on, is that because I'm not being aggressive right now, that I'm in retirement. But it's just really nothing that's really good to be jumping off on. And I'm not, you know, pointing any fingers at anybody, but I'll just be honest, because that's what my channel's about. It's honesty and, you know, giving information and stuff. I don't know. I can't afford the prices that people are charging. I just can't. It doesn't make economical sense for me to have an antique store that doesn't sell anything. You know, I mean, you know how everyone has that insinuated thought of an antique store. It's just a bunch of stuff that sits there. And I can't have, well, I usually say mausoleum. I can't have an antique mausoleum in my basement just because I want to go buy something. That makes no relevance to what I'm doing. So if I can't afford anything at the prices, well, then I can't buy anything. So that's just kind of where I'm at. So until everyone kind of drops their prices, I can't really buy anything. It just doesn't make economical sense to me. I can buy anything I want, but it just doesn't make economical sense. So Steve went to the sale and I said, you know, I can't go south, but I guess you can bring the intent of my money with you to the south. So I said, if nobody buys this bear, then I want the bear. Well, nobody was there for the bear, and I said 200 was my cap yesterday, and he texted me this morning and he said, hey, you want the bear for 200? I said, yeah, I'll buy the bear, I guess. So now I own this big, huge bear. It's a 6-foot pine carved Smokey the Bear. So I gotta find a spot for that in the yard, which I... So I got the bear. I'm now parked, and you know, sorry for all that jostling. There's a little bit of jostling. I'll try to mount the camera for when we're driving a little bit better. I need just like a small little pad underneath the phone, basically, and we'll be able to get those videos done a little easier, at least watchable. But I'll post that one anyway. You know, it's a thought. So, yeah, thanks for coming by, and as always, you know, keep picking. You know, at least, you know, try and pick when you can, if it's affordable. If there's no drama, if you didn't set yourself up into a certain way. I don't know. You know, it's a gray area. You can play nice, or you can play to just play. So I'm just playing to just play. I have a whole house full of inventory that's not listed. I have a whole storage unit of inventory that's not listed. So I mean, if these other people want to, you know, go and keep doing the rotation, you know, and then that's the rotation, you know. And if, you know, could I have missed out on something good? Yeah. Could I have saved some money into buying something possibly bad, or something that I would need to grind it to flea market? Yes. And that's kind of the true factors to actually going. So, pick and choose your battles, I guess. Moral of the story. Like always, keep picking. Thanks. Peace.